Okay, I'm very happy today to welcome Heather Erin. She's an actor, singer, and also she will tell us about a lot of things today about her work. How are you, Heather? Everything's fine?
Yes, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Tell me a little bit about your early interest into the art. How did it happen?
Oh, well, actually, it all started from music. I originally went to college for music, and then I backed out and changed my major.
Really?
Yes, I changed my major a few times, ended up getting a degree, a double major in business management and accounting. And
Yes.
a long time I worked in the medical field with business and but then a few years ago, I got sick and I
Uh-huh.
started really regretting the fact that I had never followed through on my dreams with the music and everything. So I started pursuing it again and started writing music and recording music. And then from there, I got into acting. I was asked about doing some acting in a movie, and then it just kind of unfolded that I kept getting asked to be in more stuff. And then I was like, I really like this. So then I ended up, I got acting coach and then got another one. And so I had two at the same time and was being trained in acting and continue following acting. So now I do acting and singing, and then I've been getting into producing a little more. So
Excellent. And I've seen that you have done some shorts in your early work. You like been behind the camera as an executive producer, like films like The Widow and Amityville, right?
yes, that's
Like,
correct.
tell me about your experience behind the camera.
So behind the camera has been very intriguing. Actually, I think I find that more enjoyable because you get to see the other perspective of not just as being an actor, you're spending so much time diving into your character and doing your background of your character and stuff. But then as you're behind the camera, you get to see it all unfold, not just that one character that you've been really building on. Yeah, you've read your script and everything, but there's more. You actually get to see all of the characters and see all the work that other characters have put into, or other actors have put into their characters, and start to see it all unfold and
Yeah.
intertwine together. And for me, I just find it very, very intriguing and very just captivating in every aspect, because it's
Mhm.
not just watching the actors, but it's also the watching, having, making sure that you're in the right angles, and that you have that you're the visual of the whole thing, not just that one scene, but how it's going to unfold is just, to me, it's just mesmerizing.
Yes. And this movie Amityville, of course, many Amityville film. I remember I've seen the first one when I was a child. Maybe I was 6 or 7 in the 70s. The first ever Amityville. It was James Brolin, you know. And tell me about
Nightmare. Do you want
this.
me to go more into detail?
I want to ask you about Amityville. Do you consider it a sequel to the previous films that been done, or it's a separate story?
It's a separate story based on the fact that it's still Amityville, like from the home, like in itself, but it's its own story and kind of breeding its own sequels.
Yes. So it was released or not yet?
Yes, it was just released actually a couple weeks ago. I believe it was 2 Fridays ago.
Really? Online or it was in cinemas?
It was actually in drive-in movie theaters.
So people watch it at night.
Yeah. I mean, that is the best time to watch horror movies, is it not? To really get into it, to get the scare. Unless you're one that's afraid of them and you want to watch it during the day, but I typically enjoy it more at night.
Yes, but tell me, because you try to venture into music and cinema as well. Tell me, what are the challenges that you faced, when you are commencing in the entertainment industry?
Ooh, so I think the challenges for me have really just For me, it's been more just myself because I'm so self-conscious, and
Uh-huh.
so I'm always like, I don't feel like I'm good enough, and so I'm always like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, maybe. But then it's like doors just keep opening, and so I've really, for me, I think between them, finding right now, just because I feel like the industry has kind of slowed down a bit, or at least in my area, I'm right outside Atlanta. So finding the jobs, I mean, I have a bunch lined up later on in the year, but right now it's just been a little slower, more
Uh-huh.
so than in the music industry. The music has been easy for me. It's easy, just because I write my own music, and then I sing it, and I have a few people that help with the instruments and stuff. But for the most part, um, I that's been pretty easy for me, and I've had pretty. I mean, I wouldn't say like big success or anything, but I have had quite a few people that have reached out and stuff like that, and people in the industry as well, as far as it. But for me, I would say right now the biggest would be just the job market. I know that I just saw that Atlanta's losing one of the big one a big TV show that they've had, and that was something I was a part of for the net. It'll be coming out in the next season, and so that's sad because I just saw that they're moving it to New York City, and so because I know that in Atlanta we don't have as big of tax breaks, I guess, now as New York City does.
Mhm.
So for me, I think that's the biggest hurdle that I've really come through at the moment.
Mhm. I am here at your website. It's heathererin.org,
Yes.
and I'm seeing some of your previous. You have a lot of songs. Can you tell me about them and what are the subject you'd like to tackle in your own music?
Sure. So I typically sing country. There is a few like worship songs, but for the most part it's country. And I write what I know. And I'm not claiming to be any Taylor Swift or anything. 'Cause I'm nothing like that, but not as big as her. But I write everything I write is based on personal experience. Like my last album was actually a lot of it was based on the divorce that I had just been through, and so it's more cathartic for me. Like when stuff comes to me, I just like to write to kind of, I'm not much of a journaler, but I do like to write music because then it just kind of, I'll get an idea and then it just kind of continues to flow until I have it finished. And so it was a lot of this last album, Through the Storms, was that. It was a lot about divorce and my life and what I not expecting it to turn out the way that it has. So
Yes, 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 yes. So it's a little bit some um, stories and self-experience, something like that. Hmm?
exactly, exactly. Yeah, there are a lot of it's a lot of stories for sure, for sure.
Yes, I can see that you have two upcoming films, or many of them, like I Can Only Imagine, Neon Highway. I imagine they are horror films as well.
No, Neon Highway, that one's actually been out for a few years. That was with Bo Burnham.
Really?
Um,
Mhm,
then I had one, The Red Bordello just came out. That was a fun one. It was a musical. It was actually and so it was a opera noir, and so in that one it was about like there was the singing but then also the acting, and so it was fun to do both parts. I had a very interesting character, something I like to pick characters that are really outside of my norm because like I said, I'm very shy and kind of quiet, and so
mhm.
that character, she actually ended up being a spy. It was set in the 1800s in 1865, and she ended up spying on her friend who owned the bordello and turned her in um, to a general who had hired her basically to spy, and then in turn got everyone killed. And so I actually got gutted in that one, and that was actually quite fun to get gutted in that film. So
Yeah.
feels.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. And it starred Bob Bridges, a great actor as well.
The Neon Highway did, yes, yes.
Yes.
That one was set. It was actually set in Columbus, Georgia, and it was about a man that had down on his luck who had been, who then got back, was trying to get back into the industry of music and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. So
Yes. 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 Tell me, I want to know a little bit about any dream character or dream project you would like to realize.
well, it's interesting because I actually have some really good ones coming up, and I would say that those one of them would probably be a good dream. So I had a producer reach out to me about being what he called, he was looking for a Sharon Stone type, but a little like, and so for this character, to kind of be a little seductive, but more manipulative and playing with the mind. And so that for me, like, who doesn't want to act like be like Sharon Stone and stuff, you know? And so that was a good, I'm really looking forward to that one. That one's supposed to be happening in the fall. And then I have another one that I'll be actually that I will be a therapist. That one's set in October. And then I have a really nice one I'm really looking forward to as well, called Machiavelli. And that one I'll be playing Alfonsina de Medici. And so she is like very maniacal and stuff, but and calculated, but behind the scenes, and very snide and her and calculated in her commentary and stuff. So for me, I think my ideal ones are things that aren't myself, because I like to push my comfort zone and try to pretend to be someone I'm not. And so I find that very fascinating. So the characters that I've been trying to pick for the future, for future parts and stuff, is what it is. And so as far as having a specific one, I don't know that I would have to say that I would have a specific one, more than just the fact that I just want something to be different than me. So I'm really trying to be something and to be acting someone different and to really push who I can be, to see, okay, I can do this, if that makes sense.
Yes. And I want to ask you, since you write your own music, do you have certain ideas of films as well, or maybe something musical? Because we miss the genre a lot right now.
Actually, it's funny. So I'm co-writing a script right now for a TV show. And in it, he and I had been talking about the premise of the TV show and stuff. And so I actually wrote the theme song to it. And so I think I find that fun. I would really like to do more music in as far as to contribute to music in films, and maybe someday do a musical, because I grew up loving musicals, like Dancing in the Rain, but I like the old ones, like classics, like Dancing in the Rain and all of that. So I think something like that would be fun, because like I said, I absolutely love to. I love music, and I think that music and acting and all of it can go hand in hand, you know, because I mean, literally a movie is not, if you don't have the right type of music, it can completely ruin the movie, you know, because when you're really, especially like the suspenseful movies and stuff, if you had something more fun, I mean, let's be real, that's not going to make you scared and suspense and have the suspense that you really need in the movie, you know.
Yes, this is great. And I want to ask you, as a singer, because you have most of your songs in your website, but according to you, what are the tools right now a singer can promote her songs? Because the industry has changed a lot right now. Okay, I mean, for albums, for CDs, I think right now everything is digital, and you must have a lot of followers, maybe on Spotify, on SoundCloud, on Instagram. So tell me about your own experience promoting your music.
So for me, I think social media is a big thing as well. Now my Facebook, where you and I've communicated, I don't have as many. I'm not as big on but I have a bigger TikTok, and I do promote a lot of my music on TikTok, and then also I would periodically I'll do lives, and there'll be music lives. So I'll sing and or I'll even sit there and talk about future music, or even play a song before it comes out to kind of give some of my followers some idea and to kind of amp them up. And I have quite a few that are really big supporters that are all about like, oh, you have this coming out, let's share this, let's get this out. So it's really, I think that too has helped. There's, like you said, there's Spotify and YouTube as well, that you can really get. But for me, I'm like the more personal aspect of it, building the relationships as well, not just having it out there and then people can just, do whatever. For me, it's been more also trying to build the community in a more personal way. And so I very much like to get on my TikTok periodically and to just interact with because I have quite a big following, and so I like to interact with them and then also share the music and just kind of talk to them, and then like sit there and they may request songs and I'll sing songs and stuff like that. So
Uh-huh. But did you shoot some of your songs into music videos?
I have not, no. And that's something I've really thought about that, because I've had a few people actually ask me, hey, so why don't you have music videos? And the thing is for me is I have so many things that I try to do, and it's like trying to find the time to do all. So it's like once I get one thing done, I'm like, okay, that one's done. So like the last album, I got that done. Well, then for the last like half of a year, I've been writing a novel. And so in between, but then my focus was on that music and getting that album out in time and getting it out by the deadline. So once I did that, then I'm like, okay, now I can go back to my novels. Now I'm like finishing the editing to get it to my literary agent so then it can be published. And so it's just, I feel like there's so much that I'm constantly, I think I have ADHD, that I'm like, oh, so many things, but I really do. There's so many things that I want to do and I'm trying to be involved in, that it's like I focus on, okay, this is I have this movie right now coming up, so I'm focusing on this movie. Or if I don't have, I have three movies coming up in the fall, and so the 3 movies I still am constantly, and I have 2 next year, but I have 3 that I'm reading and studying, but then I'll spend so much time on it, and I'm like, okay, now I need to do this because this is more pressing right now, so I need to focus on this. So my album, when it was getting ready to come out, it was like I had those other things that I was working on in between, but my album was like, that was my main focus right then, is I just really want to get this album out. So I would focus on getting that out, and once I did, then I'm like, okay, now that's done, now let me get back to the book. Now let me focus also on these scripts, so that way I'll be up to par for those as well.
Yes. I think you should consider shooting 1 or 2 music videos, because you are not camera shy anymore, right?
I guess I'm not. I say I'm shy. Camera shy, I'm not so much shy. I think it's more personal that I'm shy, that I get really in myself. But no, camera shy, I'm not. I love it. A couple weeks ago, I did a game show, which I'm not allowed to talk about the name, but I did a game show, and they were like, are you nervous? I'm like, no, this is like a breeze. I love this. To me, it's fun. So, and because I can be out of my comfort zone, and I can pretend to be someone else and do something else,
Yeah, this is great. Heather, I wish you all the best in your upcoming projects. I hope you can come back next fall when your movies are released to talk about them again
Love that.
in detail. And I wish you all the best as well in your music careers. And I will be waiting for the first music video. Okay.
As soon as I shoot one, you will be the first person. I'll be like, here you go. Here's this music video. I'll give you the thing before it even comes out.
Yeah. Send me the first cut, please.
Okay.
And I'm very happy that you came here today, despite our technical difficulties. But I hope next time we can do another interview about your film, and another one about your music videos and your new songs. And really, it was a pleasure. I wish you all the best in the upcoming 6 months of the year. You have lots of stuff to do.
Awesome. I look forward to it. Thank you so much for having me. And I look forward to being back on here and discussing all of it with you.
Sure. Take care. Have a lovely afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.